So a lot of people that I've helped over the years will tell me that they will never, ever, ever get credit cards again. I'm just curious to get your thoughts on how realistic you think that is, especially nowadays. And I'm also curious to know what you tell individuals when they say that. Do you think it's possible for individuals to do the things they want to do without credit in today's world? Tina, do you want to start this one off?
Sure. Well, unfortunately, using credit cards to pay for everyday expenses has become a way of life for many people. Um, Fortunately, the banks have prepaid credit cards and debit visas, which can eliminate the need for credit cards. We help people understand the difference between good debt, such as a mortgage, which can be used, to purchase a home and grow their assets, versus credit card debt, which is basically used to pay for products or services which do not provide any kind of a return in the long run. Um, Also, basically, when people say, "I never want to have credit again," I have to chuckle to myself because that's the way they're feeling right now. But as they go through life and as they go actually through the consumer proposal or bankruptcy process, we, through the counseling sessions, help them understand and come up with a plan for possibly reestablishing credit and how to successfully use credit to their advantage.
Thanks, Tina. That's really interesting. David, do you have anything similar that you can share?
Yeah, similar to Tina, we do find that a lot of times people will start out saying, "Oh, I never want to have credit again." And yeah, better, easier said than done, because we're in a plastic world, and a lot of people don't really understand what is credit. People will think that credit is a credit card, when actually it is things like when you need to buy a car and there's a car loan, the mortgage on your house, lines of credit, all the different things that are out there. And part of it is trying to get across what helps and what doesn't help. And sometimes what happens is, yes, they don't need access to credit. You do have some, say, seniors where, okay, they don't need credit again, so they will look at things like a Visa debit card or maybe a prepaid card. But then you also have people who are maybe with a goal of wanting to own a home in a few years. And what they find is they do need to take steps in order to improve that credit score. And one of the things they can do it is rebuilding through, say, a small credit card, but one that will report to the credit bureau. And as they show a good track record, they see the score start to increase. Or if they do have a car loan, make sure that they make those payments and then they see that credit score coming up. But the caution I usually tell people is to say, look, if you do apply for a loan, what have you, is if they're coming back and saying that the interest rate is going to be 29% or it's going to be 48%, that's the time to really step back and say, okay, really, do I need this? Because you have to look at that interest rate. And that would be an indication is that, no, you probably shouldn't be taking this debt on because this interest says that you're too high risk and maybe you need to wait until you're ready at a better time.
That's a really good point to make for individuals to really scrutinize what the interest rate is when they're looking for credit products. Thanks, David. Thanks, Tina. Um, I think what I usually say, or what I recommend to individuals, if credit card use has been an issue in the past, as Tina mentioned, using credit for everyday expenses like groceries instead of other items, then a cooling off period is usually, pardon me, is usually a good strategy. Just get back to the basics of using cash. It's tangible. You can see it coming and going. You know when it's gone. And then you get more and you kind of start over. Whereas with a credit card, you can kind of lose track a bit more quickly. So again, if credit card use was an issue, individuals may want to just wait a bit before they think about rebuilding. And it's also a personal choice for a lot of people. It depends on their financial goals. So if having credit lends itself to someone's financial goals, like getting a car, getting a mortgage, having the convenience of credit in order to travel, then they may want to get credit again. But if they're retired, I think that was David's example, or he spoke about it earlier, is that then you may not need to have that much credit, if any. And there are a lot more options for consumers nowadays. I think Tina mentioned Visa debit cards. You can also have prepaid credit cards. Those won't improve your credit score, but they'll keep you from overusing credit because it's your own money loaded on the card, as you know.